Hey guys, so I just want to do a chit chat get ready with me. A chit chat get ready with me. For some reason I cannot say get ready with me. Chit chat get ready with me. I don't know, I'm bored and the baby's sleeping, so I figured let's just get ready. So I'm just gonna apply this baby skin primer. I think I might be almost out actually. But I just wanted to talk on here because a lot of stuff has been going on, which is like crazy. I know all of you guys know about Hurricane Harvey, but I actually live right outside of Houston, like if you know where like Kingwood is. So I live pretty close to Houston, and when we were waiting for the flood, it was super nerve-wracking just because we didn't know what to expect at all. And we did get warnings to like evacuate and stuff, not my area in particular, but till later on when they started releasing the dam. So we were fine, but wow, the rain, it went from like the coast on like and then upwards towards where I live, and it rained for like 4 days straight. And we lost power for a couple of days. Let's see if I can even do a get ready with me because it's really hard for me to multitask. So first let me find my foundation. So we were pretty much just waiting, and it was super nerve-wracking, and we lost power. And you don't realize how privileged you are about power until you don't have it for a couple of days. So we were without power, but we still had like our electronics and stuff, like phones and stuff, but like Wi-Fi was down, TV was down, everything was down. And once we saw the damage done down in Corpus Christi and like by the ocean, it was really sad. And of course those people had already evacuated. We were stocked up on water just because we went to Costco, and we're from Arizona, so we had no clue like the severity of a hurricane. So I was like, Mom, we should probably get some cases of water from Costco. And we got it before water had run out, guys. Literally water was not on the shelves at the grocery store, at Walmart, like anywhere. There was no water, there was no bread. I'll insert a picture here of what the Walmart bread aisle looked like. Like, it was literally insane for a couple of days, but luckily we got water before, and then the people that had to evacuated. Luckily we didn't have to evacuate, and we're very blessed that my neighborhood did not flood. But literally 50 feet down, like if you get out of my neighborhood and make a right, you can't go down that street because it's all flooded. Like, it literally flooded up to my neighborhood. It's crazy. And the highways are all flooded, everything's closed. It literally reminded me of, if I could envision what an apocalypse would look like, that's what it would look like. Everything was shut down. Every store, even Walmart, shut down. And when big corporations like Walmart shut down, like, you know shit hit the fan, because Walmart never shuts down for anything. We were just getting a lot of rainfall. We had those Home Depot buckets outside, and it literally filled up with water. Like, that's how much rain happened. And we were in the clear, and the neighborhood behind mine was in the clear, and then they had to start releasing the dams, and that's when the whole Kingwood area went underwater. And Kingwood is like nicer homes, bigger homes, like wealthy people live back in there, and all their houses flooded, like this high with water, probably even higher. And it's really sad that that happened, and I wish Houston had better flooding system or drainage systems or something, because it does seem that it floods here a lot. Of course, as soon as I start recording, he has to wake up. It's just expected at this point. Anyways, what I was saying is, what really gets me is the people that left their animals behind. Like, I don't know if it's just because I am a huge animal lover. Like, I would save an animal over anything. If I see a kitten, I have to save it. If I see, like, I don't know, I just have always loved animals so much. But what really gets me is, like, how do you leave your animal behind when you know it's gonna flood, you know a hurricane's coming? Why would you leave your dog behind? Like, a dog is really a man's best friend. Like, dogs have nothing but love. Like, just they're pure love, and it really breaks my heart to see dogs left behind that thought the world of their owners, but they weren't important enough to bring with. Like, that honestly just breaks my heart. And it's so sad that hundreds of dogs are now in a shelter that were once a family pet. They're now in shelters, as if shelters weren't already overpopulated, as if shelters didn't already have to kill so many dogs a day because they just don't have room and don't have the resources to take care of them. Now they're adding hundreds of more dogs, and it's just really insane, and it is so sad to me. Like, why would you not bring your dog? It just, I don't get it. It just really, I've been trying to think about it, because if my house was on fire, guys, I would run back in and grab my dog. Like, if my house was burning down, I would risk my own life to go save my dog's life if it was still inside the house. So when you have a warning about a flood, why would you not take your animal? Clearly it's gonna flood and your pet is just left to fend for itself. Like, peace out, hope you make it. Like, it's so sad to me. And all these videos of dogs like sitting on top of cars surrounded by water just really breaks my heart. It's so sad to me. And I don't know, guys, it just really gets to me because the dogs didn't have a warning. The dogs didn't watch the news and knew that it was gonna flood. So why would you just, I don't know, I really can't put my head around why someone would leave a dog behind. It really makes me so sad, and I just had to talk about it. But on a brighter note, besides that, it was really refreshing to see so many people. I wanted to personally go help, but I don't have a boat or a life jacket or like a wave runner or any type of like watercraft. So I wouldn't really be much help in helping them, but I did offer to foster some dogs. But I really wanted to go save people and just help in any way that I could, but I just didn't have any of the means to help, so I really wouldn't be much help. But it was really refreshing to see so many people with boats. Just like, when you went on the street, it would just be trucks carrying boats or carrying wave runners going to help, like so many, you guys. And that was so refreshing to see that everyone was coming together to help one another. Like, it was such a great sight to see, and it was really eye-opening to, wow, there are still good-hearted people in the world. Not everyone's just selfish and only cares about themselves. Like, it was so nice to see. And my heart goes out to all the families that lost everything. And my heart goes out even more to all the animals that are now homeless and in shelters, because that is just so sad to me. But stuff seems to be slowly getting back to normal. Like, stuff's finally starting to open up. The grocery stores are still kind of low on stuff, but it's looking up. So it's just sad that stuff like this has to happen. Like, it's crazy to me, coming from a desert where stuff like this never happens. I mean, we have monsoon season, but that's just a bunch of rain. It's nothing like severe. So it's really crazy to see a hurricane and stuff like that, like how much it affects people. It really blows my mind. It's crazy. It's like a whole nother world out here in Texas versus Arizona. I can't talk and do my makeup very well. I can't focus and do my makeup very well. But let me know in the comments below if any of you guys live in Texas, or I know even other states like Louisiana, Tennessee, I think, like all those states also got hit by Hurricane Harvey. So let me know if your state did. And that was a lot of rain. It was crazy. Okay, I just went ahead and primed my eyes with my soft ochre paint pot. I don't know what the deal is with insurance, if it even covers floods. I have no clue, but that cannot be easy. People are already starting to just rip out drywall and let stuff air out, and apparently blood got out too, like from the hospital, so you're supposed to disinfect anything that touched water. It's just so crazy, and hopefully once the water goes down, I can, you know, volunteer to help rebuild houses or something in any way that I can. I know that Carter is doing a charity thing where you can donate clothes to Carter's in store or online, And I think I'm gonna do that because I have tons of baby clothes, and poor babies. I saw also a lot of babies being taken out of there. It's just so crazy to me. It's so sad too, but Houston's strong, Texans are strong, and they can come back from this. So anyways, enough to talk about that because it makes me sad still thinking about it. Just because a lot of stuff's still underwater. It's mind-blowing. But I wanted to start doing a new series on my channel called Toxic Tuesday, because a lot of you guys probably don't know this at all, but I was in a really, 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 really toxic relationship for like all of high school. My high school sweetheart kind of fell off the rocker a bit, and by a bit I mean a lot. He all of a sudden started getting into really crazy drugs like meth, heroin, dropped out of high school. I was just in a really abusive, codependent relationship, and I wish I could go back and give myself advice back then, but I can't. And I feel like I wasted a lot of my, teenage years, a lot of my youth trying to save someone that didn't want to be saved. It's really hard to lose someone to drugs or just lose them as a person, like they even lost themselves. So it's really, really hard to go through something like that. And I just feel like other people can learn from my experience, because I tried so hard to save someone, and I tried so hard to get help for someone to beat addiction, and it really is a crazy thing, and I feel like it's not really talked about that much. And when I was 15 years old, I had no clue what that stuff was. I didn't even know what the signs were of someone that was on crazy drugs like that. My boyfriend literally had to tell me that he was on crystal meth, and I was just shocked. Like, I had no clue. I thought he was just acting weird. Like, I was so innocent and so sheltered that I had no clue. And I should not have hung on to someone for so long that didn't want to get help. And even to this day, he's still not sober. So it's just really sad. And I feel like a lot of people can, if they're going through something like that, they can have someone that's already been through losing someone to addiction, because you really do lose someone. Like, it's almost like they died, but they're still alive, but it's just like an empty vessel, and like the person you once knew isn't really there anymore. And it's something that's so, even now, crazy to me to think about, because it's literally like two different people. Like, it's the person you knew and fell in love with, and then it slowly turns into this person you don't know, and that isn't good for you to be around, and is toxic to your life. And I tried so hard to save him. I tried everything, and I felt so helpless because, well, I'll just get into it. It's like so many crazy stories that you guys would literally be like, girl, you need to like have a TV show or something. Like, it's crazy, this stuff I've been through. And it's really sad that I went through it as like a 15, 16, 17-year-old. Like, just so many things, from my boyfriend going to jail multiple times while we were together, going to rehab multiple times while we were together, going into rehab for one thing and coming out a full-blown heroin addict with needles. And just so crazy to me that a place where you're supposed to get help would put you with a whole bunch of other people that need help, and then none of you get help, and you guys all just kind of share habits and come out with a different drug addiction. It's just so much. I went through so much stress trying to help someone, and I tried to protect him from people. I didn't want him, going out and getting high. It's just so exhausting mentally, emotionally. It still does break my heart to this day, because it's just so sad. Like, you're so in love with someone. Like, he was my high school sweetheart. I thought I was going to marry him. I thought he was the one. Like, I've never loved someone as much as I loved him, and we had a very bad falling out, which will be a whole separate story. Let's just say it ended up with us getting restraining orders against each other for domestic violence, and like, who would have thought I would have ever gotten to that point? But when you're in a toxic relationship, you don't see the bigger picture. You're just so involved in what's going on that you can't even, you know, look or think right, and you're just so narrow-minded, and that's what I was. Like, all I could think about was trying to protect someone, trying to get someone sober again, trying to get the person I knew back, and it wasn't going to happen. And it ended very, very, very badly, like traumatizingly bad. So it wasn't like he had any of the signs to become this person. Like, we lived in a safe suburban neighborhood. We lived in the safest city, like, in the U.S. pretty much, like, tons of Mormon kids, like, just, it wasn't like it was expected. Like, when I found out, I was so shocked, you guys. Like, I just went into panic, like, fight or flight mode. I just wanted to save him. That was all that was on my mind. It was almost as if it was, like, my child that had, like, told me that they were doing drugs like that. Like, it was so crazy, and it just continuously got worse. If he was able to get his hands or meet someone, I still don't really even know how it even happened, but if he was able to do that, given the circumstances, like, a lot more people would be able to do it, if that makes sense. Like, it's not that uncommon, I guess, then, because he was a star athlete. He was, like, varsity. I don't want to give it too much away of, like, who it is, but anyone that knows me that's watching this knows who it is. But just for the sake of his privacy, let's just say he was a varsity athlete, you know, very popular, well-liked, you know, very charming, very good-looking, all the girls wanted him type of guy, and he fell off the rocker and started doing crazy drugs, and became a full-blown heroin addict in a blink of an eye. And he had so much potential, and his dreams were to go to college, become a doctor. So I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to start a series about just my experiences and how you can learn from them if you're going through it, because I didn't have anyone that was going through anything like that I could talk to, or, you know, it was really a crazy thing, and it's so hard to let go of someone like that you love, because there's always in your mind, like, what if I did this? What if I did that? What, like, is there something I did that could have prevented it? So if you're triggered by topics like this, or don't wanna, sorry, it's so hard to talk and do eyeliner, then don't tune in to my Toxic Tuesdays. But if you have gone through something like this, or addiction is very, very common. It could be alcohol, it could be heroin, it could be meth. It's very, very common. Like, probably in any household someone can relate to it. And I was looking high and low for stuff, and it seemed like I could get no help from even rehab places. Even group places weren't even helping him. You know, he was getting high with his group members. He was saying he was going to group, saying he was going to hang out with his sponsors and was getting high with them. Like, it was really exhausting, because I felt like I was the only person trying to keep him sober. But it was hard when you're in high school, living with your parents, going to school, going to work, and taking care of someone like that. It's just so crazy. So yeah, before we give all the details away, there's a lot of crazy stuff I went through, and I feel like I need to share it, because I cannot be the only person that it's happened to, and someone can relate in some way, whether it's knowing someone who is addicted or was addicted, and maybe they got over it and recovered and are sober now, and that's awesome. You know, I hope one day he finds the light and gets sober, but he's even like overdosed so many times. He's died basically, you guys. Like, it's so sad. Thank God he hasn't died yet. It's crazy how one decision you make can alter your life for the rest of your life. Alrighty, so I just contoured a little bit. Might need to blend that a little bit more. But I'm not going anywhere, so it really doesn't even matter if it's blended or not. Now I'm going to go in with this blush. You guys already know the drill. It's a Revolution Blush in Nude. This stuff is pigmented, so go lightly. Like Jesus. Sorry for this being such a Debbie Downer. Get ready with me. I just wanted to inform you guys on what's going on and let you know about the new series coming up. Now I'm going to go in with this favorite palette. Love this stuff. I think I'm going to use the Daydream color. This peachy one. This palette is everything. Can they make this part of the permanent collection? Because I'm really scared to run out. Like, I use it so sparingly. Like, I'm scared for it to run out. But it's just so pretty. Okay, what lip color should we wear, guys? I kind of want to do something different than my usual, you know, boring lip colors. I'm shook. See, Mama overlined her lips. He has avocado all over him. You don't want to say hi? Say hi. So I hope you guys like this Get Ready With Me. Sorry it was such a downer, but if you guys are even still here watching this long video, then props to you. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and comment what you think about my new series. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time. Say bye.